Hey everybody, week 3. Today we're going to talk about defining purpose. I'm going to start off with a quote here. The person who has a narrow vision sees a narrow horizon, and the person with a wide vision sees a wide horizon. So when I got out, I knew that I wanted to come back to Georgia. Georgia's my home. And I did not have a strategy or a vision for the future. I just knew I wanted to be here. And that's kind of where my journey began. And it's where I began to learn about myself. I started to define and hone my beliefs and values to find my purpose. And that's not an easy journey to do. There's a lot of things out there that just people don't tell you on how to open up and live a different kind of lifestyle. And a few of the things that I did was I started reading, and not just reading any old book. I started reading books that made me think, really think in depth. I started meditating, and now I meditate every single day. I started stretching, and I started eating different. I cook almost every single night. And just those things, what they have done for my body, cannot be measured. I mean, they really can't. I feel so much better. If you would have told me when I was sitting in the hospital that I would be here doing what I'm doing now, I would have been like, yeah, right. There's no way. And the last thing is investing in yourself. And that's something that's very almost taboo. There are a lot of people out there investing in themselves, but there's also a lot of people who aren't. And you live with you. Your body is your temple. You need to invest in yourself. So Owen Eastwood once said, "Purpose relates to an overarching goal beyond the practical missions that are pursued day in and day out. This drives the individual's intrinsic motivation. It gives a reason to belong and a reason to sacrifice." So that relates back to my first quote, having a wide horizon. Now, I personally haven't clearly defined my wide horizon yet, but I am in pursuit. And once we have the security of our basic needs, safety, food, water, shelter, warmth, comfort, we're no longer driven by intrinsic motivations. We turn to deeper needs. So, emotion leads to action. The way we feel about something is more important than what we think about it. So what's important to you on a deeper level? I have had so many conversations with my friends that I thought I knew, but I posed questions in certain ways to make them talk deeper. And I've learned so much more about my friends. One of my friends is a sales manager, and I thought he was all about making the money because that's all he says. And I stopped, and I was like, all right, so what would you do differently if you had all the money? And he was like, he kind of shrugged it off. I kind of had to phrase it a couple different times in different ways, but I got an answer, and I got an answer that wasn't on the surface. He had to dig for it, and it was awesome. It was so amazing. I am still defining my purpose, but I have been realizing that I can help people in this aspect. And I am redefining who I am, and I want to help redefine who they are, who you are. And most people teach strategy, what to do, the information, but what they lack is the tactics. How you implement the strategy, how you connect to it, and how you can relate to it. That's the important part. in school, if you just handed me a math book and you were like, here you go, yeah, I can find all the information in it, but I don't really learn it. I don't really absorb it. You kind of have to do it. You have to have those tactics behind it. And that's the foundation of your purpose. If you want higher performance, start with a higher purpose. And begin by asking yourself, why? And he who has a why can bear almost any how. So that's my challenge to you this week. I'd like to hear some of your purposes. Maybe we can collaborate together. Maybe I could help you. Maybe you could help me. I would love to hear some conversation started from this. I love you guys. I'll see you next week.